guys. So if you haven't seen the title of the video yet, I'd hope you would have seen it before clicking this notification or clicking on the video. Okay, well, this is the pros and cons of real fur tails versus faux fur tails, or like yarn tails. So I guess I'm probably going to start with the pros and cons of real fur. And as you can see, I do have quite a lot of real tails, some of which are dyed though. Well, yeah, okay, so let's get started. Alright, so first things up would be the real fur tails, such as these, this baby, and this baby. You'll understand later on in the video why these two tails are down here right now and not hung up as well. Okay, so some pros of the real fur tails. Well, one, the fur feels nice. It's super soft and just, who doesn't like soft things? So, yeah, why not? Okay, so a second pro, well, they can definitely help you connect to your stereotypes more, since they were at one point an actual animal. As like, this is a fox. I am terribly sorry for those who know the different fox types and whatnot, but I'm not very educated in the different species of foxes. So I know this is a type of fox. It's obviously not Arctic because it's not white, but yeah. Alright, so yeah, this one would be like good for a fox stereotype. And then I have the black one and the white one would help maybe with wolves or Arctic fox maybe. And then these two are more so just for fun tails because this green one is like super soft. And yeah. And then the blue one is just really little. This was actually, I think, my second tail. And it's made it quite a while. No. Third tail. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so back from that little sidetracked note. Okay, another pro of real fur tails, they can help with anxiety. And possibly because they're soft. And for other various reasons. And or body dysmorphia. As well as another pro being just, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. All their patterns and all their little intricate designs that and every tail is different. That is another thing about real tails. You can never get one to be identical to another one. And it's great. Okay, so on to the cons of real tails. You do run the risk of buying from like fur farms and other places where they'll kill the animals specifically for the fur or like other reasons like that. So inhumane ways of obtaining tails basically. Another con, they're definitely higher maintenance because you do have to clean them. The best would be more often than not, but try to do it at least like a minimum of once a month. And I'm not sure if we have a video on how to clean tails up or not, but if not, I'll try to get that up, or maybe the alpha could get it up, or one of the other pack members. Another con with real fur, coming back to these babies, they can break a lot more easily. Like this one is actually my first tail, and it's broken here and down here. This up here more than once. So it's been in 3 completely separate pieces, and it's luckily the alpha is very good with sewing the tails back together, so it's back in one piece. It does need to be worked on though, like refixed up again, because it is weak at the moment. So that's why this baby's not hanging up, but even when it is fixed, it's basically going to be non-wearable ever again. It's just going to be a wall mount or hung up for decoration for the rest of its available life. Well, life, I guess. Alright. Whereas this one is actually one of my newer tails, but it broke with the leather, as you can probably see at this point because of the angle. I'm not sure you're going to be able to actually see this, but the leather inside broke, and that needs to be sewed back together. So this one, I'm trying not to hang it up for the pressure that it would put on the remainder of it, because it wouldn't be the best for it. Alright, part 2 of this video. The pros and cons of faux fur tails or yarn tails. Unfortunately, I do not have any actual faux fur tails. I just have a yarn tail. And yes, it is super, super long. It's a tail that the Alpha and I share, actually. So, this one, it may look kind of nice right now, but that's actually only because I brushed it. Okay, it's kind of fluffy now. Fluff! Alright, so coming back to the brush, this is one thing, they shed a lot, so this is just from one quick brushing, but you basically have to brush it every single time you take it, that you want to wear it. You have to brush it before wearing it, and you should brush it after you take it off. Alright, so I guess I kind of started with the cons with the faux fur / yarn tails this time. Okay, so another con, other than how much it sheds and how much you have to brush it, they don't really help you connect to your stereotypes as much, at least not for me or the Alpha. I mean, some people might be able to connect with them if you make them or buy them to look similar to your stereotypes style, or, well, not style, but pattern. Though it hasn't ever helped me really connect, it's more so just, it's something fun to wear, and yeah. Okay, so another con, they're a lot harder to fix if they do break, because you usually have a, you can't really see it under all this fluff, but here. They have a yarn base that you can attach, that you attach all the fluffs to. See here, this is a braided base. So if that breaks, you kind of have to completely redo all of it, because it's not going to just sew back together and be fixed like it would if it had a leather base with all the fur on it. Alright, another con, they're a lot heavier than real fur tails, at least with the yarn ones they are, because the base is generally pretty heavy, plus each individual fluff that's put on, it's a lot heavier. I mean, it definitely doesn't help that this tail is like super big and long compared to the other ones, but they're definitely heavy. Okay, the next con, you do run this is more so for faux fur. You run the risk of having like cheap, low quality faux fur, and that won't really make them look nice and real like faux fur tails tend to try to go for. And yeah, so it's not easy to get faux fur that looks nice, well, unless you're lucky or you just know really where to look. But I don't make faux fur tails, so I'm not really sure how easy it is to actually obtain it. Why not comment down below about that if you know more about faux fur tails? Because why not? I'd love to learn. Alright, Another one, it's definitely harder to make them look nice a lot of the time because you constantly have to keep them brushed or else they will get all like rat's nest. I mean, this is just from sitting during the video. Like, if it's swishing up against your clothes or your pants or whatever during the day or however long you're wearing it, it will get all messed up. So, like, just from rubbing it on my pants just now, it's already all kind of messed up. So, if you don't constantly brush it, it will get all rat's nest. But again, with brushing, it takes out a lot of it because it sheds so much. So whenever you wear them, be prepared to find lots of yarn on your clothes when you take it off, because it will be there. Just from that quick little brushing, I'm not sure if you can completely see it, but there's already quite a small layer of yarn there. Okay, on to the pros since I did the cons first. So, a pro of faux fur or, well, yarn tails, they're a lot stronger, so if for some reason someone were to come up and yank on it, like I just did, I would not suggest purposely doing that, but they're going to be a lot stronger and be able to handle the pull a lot more because it's a yarn base and it's not just leather, so it's not just going to yank off. At worst, you might take a couple fluffs, well, I call them fluffs, a couple like strings or like parts that are attached onto the base might come off, maybe. I haven't had that experience yet, so I don't think that would happen, but it's possible, I guess, maybe. Who knows? Another pro is they can get wet and it's not really a big issue. Whereas, like, with the rail tails, if they get wet down to the base, that could ruin the base, the leather, because it's not really good to get leather wet. So, yeah. So, go with fake tails if you plan to be, like, out in the water or in snow or anywhere that could be, like, super wet, or if it's, like, heavy rain or something. Go for a fake tail. They can also, another pro, you can get them in a wider range of colors or patterns and sizes because, again, you make it or you buy it in whatever length you so choose and whatever colors, like the colors are only limited to the options there are of yarn or of the faux fur, which tends to be a lot of options, which you can't really get in real fur. I mean, yes, there is dye, but even dye has a limit. So, another pro, you won't run the risk of ever buying them from a fur farm on accident because it's not real fur. That should be kind of self-explanatory. Alright, so that was the video, the pros and cons of real tails versus faux fur and yarn tails. Well, pros and cons for both. Kind of messed that up. Oh well. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, maybe. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to be notified every time we upload. Because who doesn't want to be notified about an account that they're following? Because most of the time, if you follow an account, it's because you want to see their videos. So, we'll see you in the next video, and happy howling, everybody!
Alice flies, Alice dances, Alice floats down to the ground.